we have discussed about the lossless transmission system. Okay, in that system, how we can transmit power economically, means with minimum cost. So economic means we are giving some cost. Okay, this is our system. This is transmission system. This block is transmission system, which is connected to the generators, and generators are connected to the turbine, and turbine will get fuel, okay, from some source. Okay, so this figure shows n units, in general n thermal units serving load through transmission network. Okay, so this is the figure. Okay. So there are total n number of generating unit. Okay, each unit have a cost F1. Okay, so this F1 is the function of Pg1. Okay, this is the cost which we are giving to this unit and which generate power Pg1. Okay, if this cost will increase, means fuel will increase, then Pg1 will increase. Okay, similarly Fa, Pgn will increase. If you increase F, then Pgn will increase. Okay, so what is your total cost? This is your total cost. Okay, which depend upon Pgn. This represent ith unit. Okay, from 1 to n, there are some arbitrary number I. Okay, which have a fuel cost Fi and generated power Pgi. Okay. So this Fi, if I put I equal to 1, then this is the generating unit 1. Okay. So F1 Pg1. F1 you can see from here, F1 is the function of Pg1. Okay. So I have this cost, this is the cost total. Okay. This cost should be minimum. Okay. We want this cost should be minimum, subject to this condition. This is what? This is a demand. Okay. So generation will satisfy demand as well as transmission losses. Okay. So this condition should be met. Okay. Demand plus losses satisfied by the generator. Okay, or generation, total generation. Okay. So how do I solve this problem? Again, the method we have used is formulating Lagrangian function. Okay. So formulate Lagrangian function to optimize this condition. This is the objective function and these are the constraint. Okay. Our objective is to use or to utilize minimum cost subject to this condition. Okay. So we have to formulate Lagrangian function. Lagrangian function. Okay. So what is Ft? This is what? This F. Okay, because Ft I have used. So F is Lagrangian function, which is Ft plus lambda times this condition. Okay, so this is what? Pd plus PL minus summation I equal to 1 to n Pgn. Okay. So we have to minimize this function. Okay. So how do I minimize this function? Simply you can see how many variables are there. Okay. Ft is also the function of Pgi. You can see from here. This is F1 function of Pg1, F2 function of Pg2, Fn function of Pg2. Okay. So there are n Pgi. The only things changing here is Pg. Okay. If we are changing F, then Pg will change. Generated power will change. Demand is constant. Demand will not change. And we are assuming transmission loss is also constant. Okay. So transmission loss, okay, is basically transmission loss depend upon generation. Okay, more generation, more power, more transmission loss. So PL is also the function of PGI. Okay, so I have to optimize this function F. So we will partial derivative this F with respect to general function PGI. Okay. If I derivate it, this is what del ft over del PGI plus lambda. It is visible. Okay. Lambda, then partial derivative of PD is 0 because this is constant. Okay. So this we are assuming load demand is constant. Okay. Then PL is also depend upon generation. Okay. This generating unit have a transmission network. This will have. Okay. They all are connected to the load side. So PL is also a function of PGI. Okay. Then minus this is a PGI. Okay. If you open this, then PG1 plus PG2, there are in between there is somewhere PGI, then PN. So this will only have derivative 1. So minus 1. And put this 0. Okay. So what we are getting from here, lambda. Okay. So if I put 0, then I will get del ft del f over ft over del PGI, and if I take this that side, then lambda 1 minus del PGI. So what is this? This is clear now? Now what is this? Lambda. Del ft del PGI. Okay. So this is for in general ith unit. Okay. If I put I equal to 1, then this is for unit number 1. I equal to 2, then this is for unit number 2. Okay. So here are some terms. So if I write lambda equal to del ft over del PGI into 1 divided by then what are the name of these terms? You are familiar with these terms. You know these terms. Okay. This is what? What is the name of this term? What is the name of this term? Okay. You know, this is called penalty factor. Penalty factor of ith generating unit. Okay. Of ith generating unit. Ith generator. Okay. This is a penalty factor for ith generator. Okay. Similarly, what is this? Del ft over del PGI. You know this. This is called incremental cost of the ith generator. Okay. This is incremental cost of ith generator. Okay. And what is the lambda? Lambda is constant and it is called incremental cost of the system. So this is a constant and called incremental cost of the system. Okay, incremental cost of the system. Okay. So I represent this by Li. Okay. And this is incremental cost. So I represent this ICI. Okay. So if I write it in complex form, then lambda equal to incremental cost of ith unit. Okay. Incremental cost of ith generator into penalty factor of ith unit. So if I increase this transmission cost, then penalty factor will get reduced, and if I decrease this, then penalty factor will increase. Okay. So you can analyze from here. If you are increasing generation, then the penalty factor is going to decrease. Okay. And if you decreasing generation, okay, cost per generation, okay, means if you are increasing generating power, then okay, you can see from here del F over del PG. So this is nothing but change in cost with respect to change in generation. If generation is more, then this factor get reduced. Okay. Then penalty factor, you can see if I increase this PG, okay, then this overall function get reduced. Okay. Then penalty factor get increased. Okay. So in that way you can analyze this expression. Okay, because MCQ may come based on this factor. Okay, in GATE exam or PSC. Okay. Now the second topic is, this is a condition. Okay, this should be satisfied by all the unit. Okay, for same incremental cost of the system. Okay, and if this term del PL over del, sometimes they will ask what is this del PGI. This is called incremental transmission loss. Okay. This factor is called incremental transmission loss. Okay. So we are assuming PL, okay, which is dependent upon PGI. Okay. So now next topic is how to find expression for PL. Okay. That is for transmission loss. Okay. So next derivation is B loss coefficient formula or transmission loss coefficient formula. Okay. Now let us see another topic. Transmission loss formula or B loss coefficient formula. So up till now we have seen the economic dispatch without losses, with losses, and if we are considering with losses, then there is one term, that is PL. Okay. So for the PL we are finding expression formula. Okay. So let us consider two generating unit. Okay. This is PG1, which can be generalized for n number of units. Okay. And there is another generating unit, PG2. Okay. So let both are feeding power to some load. Okay, this is load. Okay. So let us, this resistance, this is bus number 1, this is bus number 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay. In between there is transmission line, and let us assume this is resistance R12. Similarly, this is resistance R23. This is R34. Okay. So if this generator is generating power current I1, this is generating current I2, and this current is I1 plus I2 simply by KCL. Okay. So what are the total losses? Okay. This is from this we can find the current. PG1 generated current I1 and let the voltage is V1 here. This is voltage is V2. This voltage is V1, V2, and we can find simply by KCL another voltage. Okay, but we do not require this voltage. We need only this. So you know the three-phase power formula under root 3 V1 I1 cos phi 1. Let the power factor of the generator is cos phi 1. Okay. Similarly, what is generated power? PG2 by three-phase power expression root 3 V2 I2 cos phi 2. V2 I2 cos phi 2. Okay. So from here you can find the current I1 PG1 divided by root 3 V1 cos phi 1. Similarly, from here, what is the current I2? PG2 divided by root 3 V2 cos phi 2. Okay. Now, what are the total losses? You can easily find total loss PL. Total loss in this I1 square into R12 plus in this line losses is I2 square into R23 plus in this I1 plus I2 whole square into R34. Since this is a three-phase power, so I will multiply 3 also. Okay. Now open this expression and put these values I1 and I2 in this expression. Okay. If you open this expression, then you are getting I1 square here, okay, I2 square also. Okay. So you are getting 3 times I1 square into R12 plus R34 and 3 I2 square R23 plus R34. Okay, and then if you open, then 3 into 2 times I1 I2 R34. Okay. This is the, if you open this, then you are getting this, and put the value of I1 and I2. Okay. If you put I1 I2 value, then what I will get? If you put I1 I2 value, then PL is 3 times into PG1 root 3 V1 cos phi 1 whole square into R12 plus R34. Okay, then this now. R34. Similarly, put in second expression. This is 3 into 2 into I1 is PG1 by into R34. Okay. So this you will get after this. Okay. So I will little bit simplify it. Okay. And PL is nothing but R12 plus R34 divided by B1 square into cos phi 1 square. Okay. Then Pg1 square plus R second term. Okay. 2, 3 plus R34 divided by B2 square cos square phi 2. Then, okay, so these are the terms we are getting. Pg2 square plus, okay. Last term we are getting R34 divided by 2 times R34 divided by B1 cos phi 1, B2 cos phi, B1 cos phi 1, B2 cos phi 2. Okay, I think it is visible. Then multiplied by Pg1, Pg2. Okay, here will come Pg1, Pg2. Okay. So let us assume this one is constant. Okay, and that is totally depend upon line. You can see. Okay, so I am assuming this constant is B11. Okay. Similarly, this constant I am assuming B22. Okay, and this is I am assuming this constant is B12. Okay. So if I write in compact form, then I will get PL equal to B11 Pg1 square plus B22 Pg2 square plus 2 times, and this one is constant B12 Pg1 Pg. So this is a loss formula for the given system. Okay, and it is different for different system. Okay. So you can see from here Pg1, generally the unit of power is megawatt. So its unit is megawatt square, but PL is in megawatt. So what is the unit of this? Constant megawatt inverse. Okay. So sometimes they will ask what is the unit of loss coefficient formula? Megawatt inverse. Okay. So this formula you have to remember, and for different kind of structure you can derive in same fashion. Okay. So this is all about the economic dispatch formula. Okay. So we have studied 3 concepts. One is economic load dispatch without losses, with losses. Okay. Then there is a loss formula. Okay. So what we will understand till now in this unit, let us summarize. Okay. So in first we have defined incremental transmission power. Okay, that is del F over del Pg. Okay, this is cost. Okay, this is power. Okay, so we have seen change how if we are changing power, then cost will change. Okay, if we are increasing, this is what incremental transmission cost. Okay, So this we understand. We are finding lambda equal to del F over del PG for ith unit. Okay. Here we are assuming PL equal to 0. There is no losses. And second case, this is what ICI. This is also called ICI. Okay. In second case, we have derived another expression, that is lambda equal to ICI into LI, where LI is the penalty factor. Okay. And in the third case, here we are assuming PL not equal to 0. In third case, we are finding expression for PL. Okay. So this is what B11 PG1 square plus B22 PG2 square plus 2 times B12 PG1 PG2. So this we have studied till now. Okay. First we have derived the formula economic load dispatch without losses, then with transmission losses, then we are finding the formula for transmission loss formula, okay, or loss formula for the transmission line. Okay. So in first case we have a generator. In that case, here is the network, okay, or we can say transmission line which have a PL 0. In this case, we have a transmission network which will have PL is not equal to 0. In third case, we have formulated the expression for PL. Okay. So this is all about this lecture. In next lecture, we will see another topic. Okay. Any question?